All right, we're back in Cleveland and Ohio, and, of course, the Quicken Loans Arena. That was my buddy, the Reverend Darrell Scott, tearing the house down tonight. And he joins us with reaction, as well as American Conservative Union Chairman Matt Schlapp, Fox News contributor Mercedes Schlapp. Do people know that you guys are married? Does anybody?
There's not a lot of Schlapps, Sean.
No, but here's the thing. I mean, because you married so out of your league.
It's unbelievable.
Right?
He did, though.
And he's so high maintenance.
I ain't been out all along, and I was like, how did he get her?
That's what I'm thinking. I don't understand.
But that's a compliment.
We're renewing our vows with the pastor here, so that's what we're deciding.
You tore it up. I loved it. You and I have been talking about your church, and I'm going to come down one day. And
you're going to bring a message?
I'm going to bring a message.
Right.
I'm going to look. I studied theology in Latin, but they told me they didn't want me in the priesthood. So now I'm kind of like a Baptist.
I thought it was whosoever will, let him come and drink of the water of life freely. Everybody but you.
The water. Yeah, I was too encourageable.
Look, you're Irish Catholic. There's no way. He's going to.
You did a great job. I'm proud of you. You really did. I was very impressed very impressed tonight.
If I'd have flopped, you'd have got me on here and nailed me to the wall. I had a lot of pressure on me from my friends.
I got to tell you, I've been on a lot of conventions. I think between the Trump kids, Trump family, Mike Pence, that man right over there, this is really turning into a masterful convention for them.
Tonight was a huge night for Donald Trump.
I agree.
We saw the tension in the room, obviously, with the Ted Cruz speech. But at that moment, I think it energized, in a very strange way, the Trump supporters and those that were waiting for that endorsement from Ted Cruz. It was very disappointing, but it was a pivotal moment because it really changed. It really made it real. It made it real that Donald Trump is a nominee, and guess what? We got to back him up. And Pence,
you know what the RNC said? Good for them. I was like, wow, good for Reince Priebus. They called it classless. And I got to be honest, I just thought he hurt himself for the long term. He made a promise, a pledge, a vow he'd endorse. He had the opportunity tonight. He was given the microphone by Donald Trump's campaign. They didn't have to give it to him. It was very gracious. And I thought that was just, why would you do that?
Well, it's not a decision that I've made. I think Donald Trump, we got to get behind 100% when I think about those Supreme Court openings, when I think about the troubles that the country has. But I think there's something else here, which is the response of the crowd was so overwhelming. By the way, that was not a Trump response. That was an everybody response.
Yeah, it was.
And
how great was Newt when he came out?
Newt had to do cleanup for Ted Cruz, and that's a unique role for Newt. He did a great job.
That's my buddy. I've known Newt since 1990.
And Ted's your buddy too. And here's
Ted has been my friend. I've always admired him, but I'm disappointed with him tonight.
The point is, we've got to let that sink in with Ted a little bit too. With the fact that was the reaction he got, and at the end of the day, we got to pull together because the stakes are too high.
Pastor, if I give you my word, and I make a promise or a solemn vow, and I break it like that, what does that say about me?
But you know what? You're saying just what I was just thinking. Not only did Ted Cruz, John Kasich did the same thing. But listen, these are the Christians of the convention. Part of their platform was, I am a Christian. I am a conservative Christian. You turned out to be a liar.
By the way, you have got to be so happy at this is the most conservative Republican platform. Donald Trump. In the history of the Republican Party. The Johnson Amendment was huge.
Having worked on platforms a lot of times, I think there is nothing that conservatives cannot find an excuse not to get there. Mike Pence is the vice president. He is an outstanding conservative.
Look at the list of justices.
He has a 99% rating with the ACU. You look at that platform. The excuses are falling away. The Never Trump movement is going to have to mean a smaller and a smaller and
I got to tell you, Pence was inspirational. He was Reagan-esque. That's where Ted Cruz lost his moment, lost his opportunity to just step up to the plate. So really to see Pence just take on this role as vice president, it really provided hope for the conservatives. And I think it really gave us a sense that we're ready. We're ready to unite. It's time. Trump is the man of our time, and he needs to win in November.
It's got to be very interesting. You really want me to preach at your church?
You are. I'm happy to bring a word.
Any particular topic you want me to touch on?
Yeah, Acts 2:38.
What's that?
Book of Acts, when they all began to speak in tongues.
Yeah, no.
We believe in that.
You do believe in that?
Catholics believe in tongues.
Wait a minute. But if I start speaking Spanish, Russian, Italian,
not
French.
No.
That doesn't count. Nice try.
I want you to speak.
No, if somebody has to interpret my tongue, then it's not.
I'll interpret it.
All right, guys. Good to see you all. Now, unfortunately, that's all.